let's go into the news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com. They know mortgages like nobody knows mortgages. Been doing it a long time, and they're very customer service focused. And it is officially, as we mentioned just a few moments ago, spring. And spring is a crazy, wild time for people going out and hunting for new houses, putting offers in on new houses, and closing on new houses. If that could be you, make sure you stop by Eagle Mortgage right away and get your pre-approval letter. And it doesn't matter whether you're going to use a conventional FHA or VA loan, get a pre-approval letter. Plus, the people at Eagle Mortgage love to work with people, kind of, coach you through the process a little bit, and you'll be glad you did, because they are top-notch. You can find them online at eaglemortgagecompany.com or in person at 114th and Davenport. Well, Trenton, this was a piece of good news for the local economy. Charles Schwab's workforce in Omaha is now larger than TD Ameritrade's workforce when Charles Schwab first announced that merger a couple of years ago. Good thing for Omaha. Employment here remains very, very robust. And get a load of this. According to a World Herald article, Charles Schwab / TD Ameritrade has 300 open jobs on the market right now in Omaha. So actually, there could be even 300 additional employees.
That's awesome. That's a great indication of their commitment to Omaha. Now, have they moved back into their office building? Do we know?
That's a good question. I have not lurked outside that building, but the one question I do have is, when will the TD Ameritrade sign sadly come off and the Charles Schwab sign go on that building?
Like the ballpark?
Has that happened yet? I don't think it had. When I was downtown a week ago, it still said TD Ameritrade.
Okay. Well, we saw the renderings, I guess.
Yeah, but it's my understanding that that's supposed to be ready for the College World Series, which is only a couple months away. Okay, or maybe April, May, June. Yeah, 2.5, 3 months away or something like that.
How about those Lady Jays basketball team?
I don't watch basketball myself, but how exciting that they made the Elite Eight. That's pretty cool.
First time ever.
And they've beaten a couple regional teams, Iowa and Iowa State. So that's always kind of interesting when you are taking on regional rivals like that. But at any rate, good news all the way around when it comes to Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade. Okay, the Moxie by Marriott Hotel. We've talked about this for a couple of years now. It's been a slow-moving construction project, but it's definitely making visible, noticeable progress right now, up onto the third floor. This is the hotel, very small hotel that will replace. Remember the Old Market Diner? This was the little traditional, 50s style diner.
Yeah, totally.
The corner would have been 12th and Harney. Yeah. And so this Moxie by Marriott Hotel is really filling that up. I mean, it's a tight space. And I've not stayed at a Moxie by Marriott, but I have walked by a couple of them in other cities and looked by. They look like a cool concept.
We should start a pool on what's going to get completed first, the Moxie Hotel or the Hacienda Real on, 72nd, 78th and Cass?
Hacienda Real, yeah, that is a Mexican restaurant concept out of Lincoln, which I understand is pretty darn good. But that's a classic example of a lesson learned. And you know what the lesson is? Don't put up the sign until you're almost ready to open.
True.
What, has that sign been up for almost a year? It feels like it's got to be at least over a half a year since that they put the sign up a little too early, I'm afraid. But I tell you, it's hard to open restaurants because you're dealing with the double whammy of supply chain issues and the labor shortage.
But they still seem to be opening.
Well, and in the business that NAI NP Dodge operates in, there are a lot of restaurant operators looking for restaurant space.
I've got clients that are doing it right now.
And if you want restaurant space, who do you call?
Trenton Magan.
Trenton call. And what's that phone number, Trenton?
402-510-5263. The bat phone.
That's right. The bat phone right there. Here's a little piece of good news. Habitat for Humanity. Actually, it's a big piece of good news. Habitat for Humanity of Omaha will receive $11 million in unrestricted gifts from philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. The gift will help families in the metro area become first-time home buyers. That's what Habitat does. Now, beyond that $11 million gift, Habitat Omaha has a $108 million 4-year goal that includes, of course, building and renovating more houses, providing mortgage opportunities for families, creating a down payment assistance fund, and preserving existing housing stock.
Yeah, and kudos to Amanda Brewer, our friend and CEO of Habitat for Humanity Local. They do an amazing job. And so that's Mackenzie Scott is the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos from Amazon. So that is a very kind gift.
Yeah, big time Amazon money coming into a lot of nonprofits. Mackenzie Scott, in addition to Omaha's Habitat, donated money to several other local Habitat for Humanities and multiple other nonprofits. She had this big list that she released. But yeah, great to have that kind of money coming into a good cause here in our city. So if you are a person who uses private aviation at Epley, this could have an impact on your life. Signature Aviation is buying TAC Air. Now, both Signature and TAC Air have fixed base operator facilities in the general aviation, the east side of Epley. Okay, and so a lot of companies either have their jet with TAC or they have it with Signature Air. Well, they're going to be buying each other. They're both way bigger than Omaha, though. Signature Flight Support FBO is a chain of more than 200 locations around the world, and then TAC Air has 16 locations. There are 3 airports in which the 2 companies operate. One of those is Epley Airport in Omaha. So it could be interesting. Aviation news outlets that reported this said, you know, they may have to divest one of those operations. So it'll be interesting. We could have a different fixed base operator after that sale goes
Signature,
through.
I assume.
Well, one would assume if they're the acquirer, unless they're coming up with some other name or something like that. Who knows? But my guess is it would stay. And then CoStar is kind enough to give us some national real estate news that we kind of like to give you a little national perspective every once in a while. And today we're going to talk about single family home sales in the United States. Get a load of this. New home sales followed the decline of existing home sales in February, another indicator that buyers might be slowing down as mortgage rates rise. Sales dropped 2% from January and are 6.2% lower than last year. So it's still really wild and crazy in most U.S. markets when it comes time to find a house to buy. But maybe it won't be quite as wild and crazy.
And the average sale price of a home now is $500,000 in the country.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And Omaha is a lot lower than that, but way higher than what it was just a year or two ago. So that is your real estate development and economic development news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.